Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, it is so nice to see all of you here on this very special day. And as all of you know, it's special because it's Mother's Day, right? For those of you that are realizing that just now, don't worry, Target is still open. So you can, right after service, you can run right across the street. But here at the Betsuin, instead of celebrating just Mother's Day, we at the Sacramento Betsuin like to take this day to celebrate Parents' Day, since Father's Day falls in the summertime when less of us are here. So today we are celebrating Parents' Day. And as you all know, a parent isn't just someone who gave birth to a child. A parent is anyone who has the responsibility of raising a child. You don't have to be a birth mother or birth father to be a parent. There are moms, there are dads, there are grandparents, uncles, aunts, guardians, relatives, right? There are all kinds of people that raise and care for children. They come in all shapes and sizes. So when I say the word parent, I'm talking about anyone that is responsible for taking care of another human life. So when I say the word parent, what comes to mind? What does everybody here think of when we say the word parent? Well, that changes over time, doesn't it? When you're little, when you're young, like little, the word mommy and daddy, right, have a very comforting and affectionate meaning, don't they, when you're little? Because at that age, when you're really little, you don't understand and appreciate all the work that it takes to raise you and take care of you. You only care about your needs when you're little, right? Like if you get hurt, right, when you're little, where's my mommy? I'm hurt, right? Or my tummy hurts, where's mommy, right? Or if you're scared at night, there's monsters under my bed, where's mommy, right? Or if you want a new toy, mommy says, no, ask for daddy, right? Where's daddy? Where's daddy? And when you're little, that's pretty much the standard thing, huh? And as you get a little older, like into elementary school, like this age right here, you start to understand a little bit more, right? You're old enough to understand a little bit more about all the work involved in raising you, right? But you're still not as grateful as you should be, maybe. But you understand. And you may not say mommy or daddy as much. It grows up to mom and dad now, right? You're maturing a little bit. So it's up to mom and dad. And you start to look at your parents as people that take care of like your basic survival needs, your basic needs. Maybe they pack your lunch in the morning or give you a ride to school or wash your clothes. And you start to notice that your parents have these adult responsibilities, right? You may not have been aware of them when you were younger. You realize now, though, you see them, they got to pay bills. You see it online, right? Or they got to maintain the vehicle, or you listen to them on the phone when they have to order like a new water heater, right? You're starting to notice that kind of stuff. So as you get older, you notice, hey, parenting involves a lot more now than just the basic needs. There's more stuff. But there's still not as much understanding. Your typical conversations at this age are probably like, Mom, where's my favorite blue shirt? And it's always in the dryer, right? It's in the dryer, right? Where's my shirt? It's in the dryer, Or, Dad, can you take me to practice? How come your mom didn't tell me? Or, Mom, did you sign my permission slip for the field trip? But what you don't hear from them at this age is, Mom, do you feel self-actualized and fulfilled with your current position in life? That's what you should be asking once in a while. And then come the teenage years, right? Oh yes, the crowd just went, oh, And then comes the teenage years. This is, and we're not there yet, but this is by far one of the most dramatic shifts in the parent-child relationship, right? And it seems to happen overnight. There's no warning when it happens, right? It just happens and you're in it. There's no more mom and dad during this years, right? During the teenage years. Matter of fact, they just address you mid-sentence. There's no more like, Mom, it's just mid-sentence. Like, you're just sitting there, doing something. All of a sudden, they're in the hallway. They're just right there all of a sudden. Can you sign this form and write me a check for $150 so I can go on the senior trip? No, hi, Mom. No, none of that. It's just right into the demand. And when's the check due? Tomorrow. Yesterday. Yeah. When's it due? Yesterday. You don't get any warning. It's always due like, can I get it like by tonight? We have to drop it off at the office, And that's how it is, Or the other thing is, The other thing is you get a phone call, and you're always at work, right? It's like, and it's like, hello? It's me. You know, it's me. And you're like, oh, gosh. And you're like, this totally wasn't my fault at all. But I was driving, and I wasn't going fast. I wasn't on my phone. I was totally paying attention. I was 100% responsible. That mailbox just came out of nowhere. I mean, I swear, it came out of nowhere. And it's always that, right? And that's all part of being a parent. It comes with the territory. But finally, they leave the nest, right? After all that heartache of being little, mom, and no address, but they finally leave the nest, you know, whether they go to college or whether it's they get their first job, and they leave the house for the first time. And then your relationship changes again. Now, when you leave the house, then you come home, it's actually a special occasion, you know? We don't wake up every day and see you every day, I gotta get your breakfast, you know? Now they come home, it's like, oh, you're home. Would you like your favorite meatloaf? You're like, all right, this is kind of cool, right? So the relationship changes, you know? But even after they grow up and leave the house, even after you guys get older and you grow up and you leave the house, we never stop being parents, right? We never stop being parents. Even after you're married, have your own children, have your own family, and even after you become parents, we never stop being your parents. Even if you move 100 miles away or live across the globe in another country, we are always thinking about you. You are always in our hearts, and we are always your parents. Being a parent is the role that you take on for your entire life. And this is why I understand the story now a little bit better. You remember the story of Prince Siddhartha? When he named his son, do you remember what he named his son when his son was born? Do you remember? Rahula. Does anybody remember what Rahula means? Oh, Nayak, you had it, buddy. That's okay. No, you had it. You had more than one. Go. Happiness? No, I'm no, that's a good guess, Raven. Rahula means, attachment. So this is the story when Siddhartha, when Queen Maya gave birth, and we just had this at Hanamatsuri, right? Not too long ago, right? Gave birth to their son, Siddhartha. They gave birth, I'm sorry, no, that's wrong. Wrong. Edit the tape. That's not Queen Maya's son. Queen Maya's son is Siddhartha. Siddhartha's son was named Rahula, which means attachment. And when I first heard that story, I didn't quite understand what that meant, right? I mean, I understand it's attachment, but I go, why would you name him attachment, you know? Why not Raul or so? I don't know. No, I said, why? Attachment sounds so heavy, right? I would have named my kid, joy or happiness. Happiness, that was a great guess. But he named him attachment. And now that I'm a parent, I'm finally starting to get it. Because when you have your child, you are attached to this thing. You are attached forever. No matter where they go, no matter how far they go, you're attached forever. And it's obvious that being a parent is tough, right? Hard is it to raise a human life. Now we are raising it. Difficult is it to share the wisdom with your children, but now you share it, right? If we do not continue to put forth our best efforts with patience and understanding, no hope is there that we can learn and grow together. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of parenthood, right? And none of us are perfect. We know this, kids. We know this. None of us are perfect as parents, but we try our best because this job did not come with an instruction manual. You didn't come out and then there's like a little manual that came out with you, We don't have an HR department that we can go to, and say, I would like to file a claim about a hostile work environment. There's nowhere we can turn. We just have to do our best on our own. So when it comes to parenting, there's no set way. There's no right way or wrong way. We usually teach our kids and raise our kids the way we were raised. So those of you that are my Facebook friends, so this is an extra pitch to become my Facebook friend, I posted up on my Facebook page, I said, hey, what are some of the things your parents taught you when you were little? And this is where, see, there was a point to these posts, right? You guys were answering, but you didn't know you were going to be in Sunday service. So I'm just going to name off some of the things that people commented. What were some of the things your parents taught you that you still remember and that you pass on? Of course, there's the basic ones. Say please and thank you, right? Always have good manners. Excellent one. Be honorable and respectful and never blame other people for your own shortcomings. It's a good one. Here's another really good one. Use coupons. It's like free money. Very true, right? I mean, that's a good one. Here's a favorite one. My old high school friend, her dad would say this to her all the time. It's not that I don't trust you, I don't trust other people. That's why you can't go out tonight. That's why you can't drive the car. That's why you can't, Never judge people based on their appearances, right? That's a good one. Another very important one. Never use two different chopsticks. They have to be matching. Remember back then? Okay. Oh, another one. Everybody in here will know this one. Be sure to always reuse all margarine and cottage cheese containers. Right? Anybody with these old school parents, your fridge, I bet you're like, oh, I want some cottage cheese. There's no cottage cheese in there. There's year-old tsukemono in there. Right? The old pickled stuff. We got a lot of that. This is actually really good advice. Everything you do now, whether you are young or as a teenager, will affect you as an adult. So always think before you do. I felt that was really good. And then there's the simple one. If you use something, put it away. Our house is not a good example of that. And then other things. Whenever you drop somebody off, if you take them home, what do you always do? You wait there until they go into the door and then wave goodbye and then they go inside, right? Yeah, right? And the final thought, which I thought was a good one that summed it all up, that your parents always say to you, life's not fair. Life is not fair, right? And that's a real true one. And again, as you can see, this list is very long. And clearly, we can add onto this list today, right? There's a whole bunch of things you thought of. This list can go on even longer. So do you see how many things we have to teach you kids? Do you get it? This is why we're always telling you what to do or what not to do. We're not trying to be bossy. There's just a lot of material to cover, okay? And we're only doing this because we want what's best for your life. We want to share with you the wisdom that we have accumulated, the experience that we have accumulated. We just want to share it with you to make your path a little easier than us. So parents, we spend all this time teaching our kids. We share with them all the things that we feel they need to know. But the real challenge for us as parents is to know when the right time to let them go is. To let them go. We have to let them go a little bit and make sure they are free to make their own mistakes. Because that's actually the only way that they'll really learn, right? You can tell somebody that there's a hot pot on a stove and you'll see the steam coming out of the hot water and you'll tell them, don't touch that pot, it's hot. And you'll be like, this pot? That pot? Don't touch the pot. This pot right here, is it hot? Ow, that's hot, right? You'll do it every time. Same thing with don't smell this, it's really stinky. Nuh-uh. Oh, that's so stinky. So we got to let go. We got to let go and let them learn on their own. Hopefully it's only a hot pot or a stinky, something. So as I look at the Amida symbol in the center of our altar, I think of its meaning, infinite wisdom and immeasurable compassion. Or the other way, I love how Reverend Bob teaches this to us. Reverend Bob says, infinite understanding and immeasurable caring. Understanding and caring. And isn't that really all that a parent is? Immeasurable understanding and immeasurable caring. No matter what we endure, no matter how many challenges we face with our kids, we have to be there for our children. And as parents, we can all try to be a little more understanding and a little more patient. And as children, you can also try to be a little more understanding and patient with us as well. So if we try to listen to each other and honestly express our feelings to one another, maybe we can all have a little better and smoother life. So kids, please remember all the sacrifices we have made for you, as you're growing up. Because one day, if we're fortunate, you'll be the ones to take care of us, right? So please join me in Gassho. Let us reflect upon all the sacrifices and caring that made all of our lives possible. Let us take this time to deeply think about and appreciate all the people that have ever cared for us in our lives. And let us repay our parents' kindness by living the best life possible, for that is truly the only thing a parent ever wishes for their children. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.